Namaste Krishna Ragaru. Welcome to IVR Talks English edition. Today, in this session, we just try to, evaluate and see how the budget is presented for this. It's a ritual every year. The government to put its income and expenditure, and so Nirmala Sitharaman has presented the budget today to Parliament, and the main important thing is the highlight of the budget is that Nirmala Sitharaman gave really a big surprise to the middle class citizens by increasing the exemption limit from 7 lakhs to 12 lakhs of rupees. So people who have received about 1 lakh of rupees salary per annum, per month, now he need not pay any tax, subject to small provisions that are there and all that. And overall budget is presented for about 50 lakh crores of rupees, and then because of the waiver of taxation for the middle class, the government is going to bear the brunt of about 1 lakh crores of loss. I don't know how she is going to supplement that loss in the budget. Overall, she projected the budget with a deficit of 4.4% as against 4.8% last year. And of course, small incentives were there for senior citizens, increasing the interest from 50,000 to 1 lakh of rupees, and to allow the farmers to avail more loans. The Kisan credit cards limit she has increased to 5 lakhs of rupees, and in the same fashion for small people, I think limitless credit cards up to 30,000 rupees to how to unless people spend the money again on consumables, durables, and other things, economic growth will not be there much. And the main important things is that for the youth empowerment and also for providing amenities, a good budget, I think we can say. They have increased the seats in IITs to up to 6,500 rupees. And as a part of the policy for Bihar, Patna, IIT Patna, they said they are going to expand its facilities and all that. And also the medical seats also has been increased to about 10,000 numbers overall in all medical colleges. That way refraining people to go abroad to go and study, for the medicine, spending so much of money and all that. The same facility is there, then they will be more comfortable. And removal of custom duty on life-saving drugs like cancer and all that, and also putting some, establishment for the treatment of cancer. And then MSME limits have been increased so that, the government not directly giving an incentive, but they want private entrepreneurship to participate in the total overall economic development. That is one thing. And then, of course, this Udan scheme of in every state for landing of helicopters and small aircrafts and all that, so that there will be a development in the economic development in this local area that has been done. And then clean energy, and how to invest more on nuclear energy and all those things. And also some incentives have been given for giving an impetus to the artificial intelligence, because now that's the word of the day. And I think government has also tried to address by providing some allocations to IITs and also separate fund for this. So overall, I see the budget to be very balanced and not very aggressive, not this one. But at the same time, because of the election year, they promised more things to Bihar, and as we see for Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, not much has been announced. So much has already been done before the budget only. So these are the things. So and EV policy also they made, and I think now we are going to get still cars cheaper in India in about 6 to 8 months time. So I just would like to have your impression on the budget presented by Nirmala Sitharaman Garu.
Yeah, I think one great thing about this regime, right from 2014 when they took over, of course the earlier two years I think it was Arun Jaitley, and then there's a continuation, Nirmala Sitharaman as the finance minister for the last 7-8 years. Continuity is very, very good actually. In spite of all the, type of a cheap criticism some people are doing, PM knows her, PM has confidence in her, and that's why he's continuing and she's delivering. The most important thing is delivery. Delivery on the more important macros. That's very, very perfectly matching. It's a 50 lakh crore budget, 50 lakh crore budget with 11 lakh crores as capital expenditure. But the effective capital expenditure is about 15 lakh crores because another 4 lakh crores is going to the states only for capital expenditure. So in the central budget, it will be on the revenue side. But as far as the states are concerned, it's on the capital side and they will have to only spend it on the capital works. So that's a very, very substantial amount and they are able to maintain this and slowly increase this. That's why you are seeing a lot of activity across the country in different segments. Basically, infrastructure building is something on which they are really, really focusing. So that trend which has started in 2014 is continuing. That's a very, very good thing. In fact, the revenue deficit is also going down. Year to year, it's going down. In fact, if you take out this assistance to states for capital expenditure, which comes under the revenue side, effectively it is 0.4 or 0.5%, which is very, very negligible, which means whatever is being borrowed is being used only for capital expenditure. That's a very, very good sign as far as this particular budget is concerned. Second, fiscal prudence. This is an area in which the government is playing it very, very carefully. Whatever they are promising, they are delivering more. Like they were targeted for 2024-25, if I am not wrong, 5.4% of the GDP as the fiscal deficit. And as the year progressed, they told they will be delivering it at 4.9% of the GDP. Finally, they were able to revised estimates give it 4.8%. 4.8% of the GDP as the fiscal deficit. Similarly, for 2025-26, the earlier estimate was the fiscal deficit may be at the rate of 4.5% of the GDP. But finally now in the budget estimate, they are able to project 4.4%, which I am sure they will deliver much less. So which means it may even be 4.3 or 4.2% of the GDP, which is a good thing. So fiscal prudence side, capital expenditure side, they have delivered as they have promised, and which is good for the country. So these are the two major macros that really matter for the country. Then the other important areas is the focus areas they have very clearly laid out. One is this Kalyan Yojana, one thing in agriculture they have given, I forget the correct name, but that specifically focuses on low productivity districts for increasing the productivity. That's a very, very important thing to do as far as the agriculture is concerned. Then the pulses mission. Pulses and oil seeds are the ones where we should really concentrate, and they are doing it as far as the agriculture is concerned. And as I told earlier also, 2025-26 may only be a continuation of 2024-25 budget, because 2024-25 budgets they have given about 9 pillars which are going to be the focus areas. Same thing is continuing this thing: agriculture, skilling, education, health, MSME, where job creation is likely to happen. So these are the ones on which they are focusing, which is a very good thing to do. The subsidies by and large remain the same. They are able to contain them, increase them. They are not able to reduce. Reducing may not be a possibility. Major two subsidies: one the fertilizer subsidy, the second is the food subsidy. Fertilizer subsidy I think is about 1.67 lakh crores. Food is about 2 lakh crores. There is a marginal decrease in fertilizer subsidy, a marginal increase in food subsidy. So overall that area is balancing itself out. The other areas, yes, depending upon the priorities like education, rural health, rural development, all these have been stepped up reasonably. And of course, some critical areas they are definitely focusing on taking care of, like nuclear energy. I mean, in fact, whole of France runs on nuclear energy. So it's one of the safest and the cheapest. So might as well adopt it when we want energy intensive economy. So that's one area which they are focusing on. So overall, in terms of the schemes, the focus is at the right place. Overall macros of the finances are very well managed. So it's a very good budget in my view.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the input.
Thank you.